Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of the Premier Challenge
Yep, we're already back because
of Southern California.
both top 4 games got done pretty quickly.
Jackson won his, as you saw. His opponent is Shawn Tang.
Yep, both players are trying to get their World's invite.
Indeed they are.
If Shawn wins this, he gets his invite.
Word on the street is the winner gets their World's invite. So, a lot of drama.
Yep.
With a lot at stake here. Both these players definitely want to win and get the World's invite. Jackson apparently has picked his Pokemon already. I believe they played in Swiss. Perhaps they're carrying around that knowledge and they know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Jackson won since he went XO.
Yeah, they did play in the final round of Swiss because both of them were 3-0.
Ooh.
Which you know is because Shawn did beat me on stream.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
How was that?
I mean...
So you have some first-hand experience with Shawn's team. What can you tell us about Shawn's team?
Well, I mean, it's kind of tough because he has that Amoonguss on there to just block any kind of trick room mode because it can just start sporing everything.
Yes,
Although
it can.
Jackson, unlike me, does have the Feeny to prevent that.
Hey, very smart of him. And that's why he's in the finals and you aren't.
That's correct. Another interesting thing about Shawn's team is Suicune. Now, normally you would see Feeny as a water-type supporter, but Suicune has Tailwind, Snarl, so it has a lot of different tools.
A lot of different tools. Of different tools.
And another thing is that it is not weak to Sludge Bomb, so it doesn't do as poorly against Mega Gengar.
Ah, well, good thing Jackson does not have Mega Gengar.
This is true.
So it doesn't really matter then. Nor does he have an electric Pokemon.
Yeah.
So we'll see the difference of the water types. We have Finny and we have Suicune. Let's see if they will be a pinnacle apart. We saw Jackson use Finny probably every single game as he brings Finny again.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Here comes Tapu
And
Koko.
we do see the Suicune immediately.
Suicune Koko immediately. The terrains will come out. Obviously, Tapu Finny slower. Gonna take away that ability to hit a little more damage. But a nice solid volt. It's a solid slot to go into a Volt Switch. And then probably a Volt Switch into the Rayquaza, where the Suicune is free to scald the Groudon for big damage.
Though another thing is that Koko very often runs Electrium Z. So if that is what Shawn has, and in fact I know it's what Shawn has because he used it on stream against me, then that should take out Feeny even without Electric Terrain.
Even without the terrain, huh? Well, if he does that, then he will not be Volt Switching into Rayquaza, though.
Although
Scald will not do much damage.
Yeah.
But
although it's probably not a smart play for him to go for that because he's staring down a Groudon right now.
The Groudon is, as we know, special, so a Snarl could do a lot of damage, as we see the Electric Z right here. So perhaps Jackson is not afraid to take an Electric Z. Otherwise,
perhaps.
This is very interesting as it plays out.
So now we will see if it does take out the Feeny or not.
Yes. Yes, we will. Without the terrain. Does big damage.
Oh! Almost!
Gets that berry. Tailwind goes up.
Yeah. So Jackson is not in
Nature Madness. Getting some damage down onto the Suicune.
Going into the Suicune, of course, because Jackson recognizes
perhaps the Oh, an Eruption! Doesn't take any damage, so the Eruption is going to hit for big damage. Down goes Koko. Suicune takes a lot.
Yeah.
Is in the red.
And
does it have a berry? Berry activates. %50 health.
Yeah.
Suicune comfortably back in the green.
So I think Jackson went for the Nature's Madness into Suicune because he recognized it's the major threat that needs to be taken care of. Well, now we see Rayquaza come out from Shawn. So now
Airlock is active, weather on Shawn's side, and speed control.
Yeah, so now
Finny
Shawn is free to go to the first Scald.
Finny is threatened. Yep, Finny is threatened with a
Dragon Ascent.
Although I'm sure Incineroar's in the back. He better be. If Jackson didn't bring him, he's silly.
Yeah.
So we can assume he is. But here comes the Dragon Ascent.
And
goes down for big damage.
Going into the
and it KOs.
Takes it out.
We don't see it Mega Evolve.
Perhaps he really wants to make sure that Airlock stays active for now. Because he was probably playing in case Groudon switched out. Because if you Mega then, Groudon could just come back in.
Yeah, take away the weather.
Yep. And we do
perhaps interesting, knowing that it would still KO. Thinking that it would still KO. Who knows what he knows?
Yep. And now we see Lunala from Jackson here. Perhaps he wants to set up his own Tailwind, although that's not a very good position for it because Suicune can just snarl, a double target from Ray's Dragon Ascent and Suicune's Snarl would be very threatening. Although we see Shawn switch to Incineroar, right? Wanting to take a hit from the Lunala?
Perhaps. Want to save that. An Icy Wind would probably KO the Groudon, so maybe thinking he doesn't need the airlock anymore.
Yep.
And Suicune is faster, so
and
Lunala protects.
Yep.
Now Shawn has Fake Out Pressure and a Snarl.
Yep.
There we go. Oh!
That definitely didn't matter on the Stack Attacka.
What an elusive Stack Attacka to dodge that Snarl.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter that it missed Stack Attack because it wasn't going to do that much damage, and, Stack Attack is a physical attacker, so ultimately that's inconsequential.
Inconsequential indeed, but a testament to the bond that Jackson his stack and his Stack Attacka to dodge that Snarl.
Yeah, very true.
But now, Shawn with the speed control, Lunala is threatened by a Snarl, it's going to do a lot of damage. Incineroar also has Fake Out Pressure, so Stack Attacka is not going to do anything. There goes the Snarl. Oh, and another, what did I tell you?
Yeah.
That Stack Attacka and Jackson have worked really hard to dodge those Snarls.
That is a very low chance of happening because the chance of Snarl missing is only 5%.
So we see a Tailwind go up.
Yeah.
From Lunala, and Shawn's Tailwind dies. But Lunala's no Shadow Field and at -1, very threatened.
Yeah. And
Stack Tailwind only hurts Stack, which is interesting play.
And Lunala is very threatened by the Incineroar here, and Groudon can't switch in because it's only got 3 health.
It's only got 3 health, that's right.
So Jackson is not in a good spot here.
And a Scald will definitely do a lot of damage to a Stack Attacka.
Yes.
So Suicune putting in work, although it's almost dead. So Jackson's trying to get rid of that, and he's got speed control, and he takes advantage, and he is gonna KO some things, no doubt.
This is probably going to the Suicune spot. He probably went for the Z move, even though he likely didn't need to, just in case the Rayquaza came in.
Oh, interesting. Are you sure? I hear Suicune is pretty fast.
Oh, it went into the Incineroar.
Oh, went into the Incineroar slot, really wanting to get rid of Incineroar. It is very threatened, perhaps.
Now, that's interesting because this move does not KO Incineroar.
Not do. Maybe expecting.
Yeah, look at that.
Maybe thinking there was going to be a Rayquaza switch in. Maybe thinking there was going to be a Rayquaza switch in to get the Scald off.
Yeah.
Jackson perhaps a turn ahead of himself because that's probably the plan right now.
Yeah, and we see Shawn set up Tailwind again. So
now speed's even.
And it's a staggered Tailwind, so it's going to go in Shawn's favor.
Yeah, Jackson perhaps.
So yeah, this is not a good spot for Jackson at all.
Not a good spot for Jackson because now Tailwind is matched. A Scald will do lots of damage to that Stack Attacka slot.
Yep.
And those Snarls can just keep on coming.
Yeah, and Groudon's just out of the picture altogether because it doesn't have enough health.
Yeah, it does not. But it is faster than Incineroar.
Yeah.
Moonguy's Beam hits Incineroar.
He really wants to chip this Incineroar down.
That's the biggest threat, perhaps. Here goes the Scald on
and
the
another
Stack
thing
Attacka.
is that Scald can burn.
Scald can burn.
Which it
and
does.
It does burn.
So that damage, that Stack Attacka is not doing any damage anymore.
Not doing any damage. It did not dodge that Snarl, but the Snarl connects with Lunala.
Yeah, so now Stack Attacka only has a couple of turns here, and it goes for the Gyro Ball into the Incineroar.
Still trying to kill that Incineroar. Not gonna do much damage with that burn Stack Attacka. See, look, if it didn't dodge those 2 Snarls, it would be KO'd right now.
By its own burn, yeah.
By its own burn. And that Groudon would be forced to come in with not much health.
And we see a forfeit screen. Perhaps Jackson realizing there's not much he can do here anymore, because...
There isn't.
Both? Yeah. Yeah, because he can't really do anything to either one of Shawn's Pokemon. So,
Shawn Suicune, Jackson's Tapu Fini 0.
Yeah, it turns
Suicune 1, Fini
out
0.
Mr. GX was right. Suicune is amazing.
Suicune is amazing. It's got lots of tools. Can do lots of things.
Yeah. And it just shows that you shouldn't write off something just because it looks like a worse version of, Tapu Fini in this case. It has a lot of tools that
Are you insinuating that Suicune is a worse Tapu Fini?
No. Suicune has a lot
That
of...
sounds like what you just did. Jackson has picked his team already. Very confident in what he's going to bring.
I think Jackson needs to really focus down that Suicune because it can just support Shawn's team perfectly.
It certainly made life very difficult for Jackson. A combination of airlock, Shawn saving the airlock. Pro play. Certainly a play of a player one victory away from a world's invite.
Yeah, perhaps what Jackson wants to do is maybe we should see the Tang here because it can use Fake Out to, maybe immobilize the Suicune for a turn.
If it's scrappy, it can hit the Lunala, fake it out.
No, Jackson is the one with Tang.
Oh, right. I knew that. And here we go, game number 2. Shawn Tang up 1 game, same.
We see Fini and Groudon.
Fini Groudon from Jackson, same lead, and
we see a different lead from Shawn.
Different lead from Shawn. Very interesting.
Perhaps what Shawn wants to do here is really focus down that Fini. Because without that support from Fini, Jackson's going to have a much harder time.
Indeed. Indeed he is. As Groudon Primal reverts, Desolate Land comes out. It's all just for show because there sits that Rayquaza with Airlock. Rayquaza, the man of the weather, he says, screw your harsh sun, I control this.
Exactly.
Tapu Koko, though, does not want to be in there long. Very threatened by the Groudon.
Yeah, and as we saw last game, Eruption took it out. Koko's not a very bulky Pokemon, so very easy to take it out.
Indeed.
But perhaps what Shawn wants to do is, again, go for that Electrium Z, get that Fini down to, at least Dragon Ascent range.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
And it looks like looks like that's what Shawn is going for.
Turn plays out. He Mega Evolves right away. This time not saving the Mega Evolution like he did last turn. Here comes the Delta Stream. Look how windy it is.
Yep.
Nature's Madness.
See Nature's Madness. So he's saving the Z move this time.
Oh.
And it goes into Groudon. So then he goes for Earth Power. So that Groudon is done. And we're now going to see Rayquaza's item, which is a Life Orb.
Gravity.
But that is really immaterial now because Groudon is out of the picture.
Indeed it is.
Perhaps Jackson was not expecting Shawn to double target the Groudon like that.
It would appear. Perhaps expecting to survive another Electric Z, or not expecting him to double target down, but Groudon very threatened by
now
that.
we see Lunala here. It can set up Tailwind, but without that Groudon in the picture anymore, it's really not looking good for Jackson here.
Nature's Madness, which
and that
can KO, or which can hit.
And
Lunala.
that doesn't care about Shadow Shield at all. And we see Dragon Ascent going into the Lunala, so that's going to take it out.
Shawn is just ignoring the Fini, saying, you know what, who cares if that thing's there?
Yeah, I think he realizes that if he can get it to where it's just Fini sitting there, Jackson really can't do anything. Now Jackson is down to his last two, and Shawn hasn't even switched out yet.
Shawn hasn't even switched out. Complete domination by Shawn up until this point.
Yeah.
Makes you what's going on? Why wasn't the stack attack out there? Probably.
And we do see the stack attack now, but now that we've seen Earth Power from Rayquaza, it does really, And
Jackson forfeits, concedes. Shawn is the victor.
Yep.
With his invite now. Look at that smile. Woo!
Yeah, I think Shawn really played that game too well. He recognized exactly what he needed to do to just completely obliterate Jackson.
The threat of the Jackson's restricteds and not that of the Finny.
Yeah.
And he went for it. So, congratulations to Shawn. He gets his World's Invite. The last PC of the 2019 season of Southern California has concluded. Thank you so much.
Still well played by Jackson. He did get this far.
He did get this far.
Yeah.
Jackson, I believe, is going to the North American International. So with his second place finish, he at least has to get top 64.
Yes.
And then he'll be able to secure his invite. We believe in him. That fool has top the North American International.
Yes.
We believe in Jackson. So don't feel too bad. Congrats to Shawn. Shawn has his World's Invite. From SoCal, I am Kyle. This is Patrick. Have a good evening.
Yep, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.